So people often ask me on Strava, Harley, what's your climbing secrets? You look like Bradley Wiggins and Chris Froome put together, with black hair. How do you climb so well? What's your secret? Well, first one is power meter. Second one is diet and all that stuff. But gearing, optimum cadence is key. Myself, I like to climb between 80 and 100 cadence. And I use my power meter, my little Garmin to measure that out. So compact versus standard. If you want to be a good climber, go with compact. All the best climbers in the world use compact cranks. Kobo, Wiggins, Froome, Conador, Hamilton, whatever. Juiced or not juiced, everyone uses a compact when the road gets steep and cadence drops under 80. The cadence just means your legs aren't getting all bogged down and using less, your body can just be upper body just spinning versus trying to muscle up the gears. Anyway, what is compact crank? For those who don't know, compact crank refers to the size of the chain links, alright? Get this crank come out of the way. So this is a compact crank Dura-Ace, a brand new Dura-Ace 9000. This is the squeaky there. This is Spike's trying to talk to me. It's like, put me down and go riding instead. This is a 50 chainring and the inner one is a 34. That is a compact crank set, meaning you'll just be able to smash climbs a lot better because you won't be getting bogged down as much. Okay, so this is a compact from the Dura-Ace. And interesting with the Dura-Ace is that the 9000 you can swap between compact cranks and standard cranks quite easily, just so the chain rings without changing your crank arm, because the BCD, the diameter is matches both. That might be a bit confusing, but don't worry about that. Basically what you want, if you want to go fast up climbs, get a compact crank. Now we'll show you the SRAM option. So here we have a SRAM red crank set. The big chain ring is a 50 and the small one's a 34. Again, a compact crank set. And lastly here we have the standard crank set, a 53 on the outside and a 39. So quite a fast, flat. If you're riding the flats mainly, if you live in Alice Springs, Australia, if you don't do any climbs or you are just like super fit, like you're a professional rider whose climbing speed is over 30 kilometers an hour, then yeah, this is going to be the crank set for you if you're a criterium racer. But if you're like me, or if you like some of the top climbers out there, and your climbing speeds are less than 30 kilometers an hour, well, check out these guys, all going under 30 k an hour. You often see in the Alps, you know, drunk, overweight tourists running alongside the riders shouting at them. If you're going to be going that slow up a climb like these pros are, then you need to have the compact crank. So then you can maintain your 80 to 100 cadence. So you see Dan Martin here in the front, just at high cadence. And this guy here just getting bogged down. I suspect maybe he wasn't running compact that time, but Dan Martin just spinning. Look at that. Look at that form. Just spinning. Just look at how easy the legs are going over. That's how your legs should look when you're riding a bike up a hill. Just easy, fluid, not laboured at all. The heart and lungs are labouring, the legs are just spinning, spinning, spinning. Look at it. Look at it. Just not getting bogged down at all. A little bit of upper body movement, not too much, but just spinning. That is the secret to climbing. Doesn't matter how fit you are, you need to spin. That is the most physiological, efficient way to ride a bicycle up a hill. Spin. Look at it. It's just spinning like a motor, like a piston. That's how your legs want to be. Okay, Alex, so bottom line, what should I get? I'd say for 99% of cyclists out there, a compact crank set is going to be the best choice for you. Even if you live in Florida, unless all your riding is at, 35 kilometer, 40 kilometer an hour pace lines, then you won't need a standard crank set, right? Even if you live in Florida. So I'd say 99% of people are better off with a compact crank set. Myself, I use a compact crank set. On the back, I've got a 28 tooth. The largest cog is a 28, and that's what I recommend. The small one, I don't even know what we got. I haven't even touched. That's an 11. That's an 11. So I'm all about cadence. I'm all about maximum watts per kilo. I can hold 5.88 watts per kilo for about 10 minutes. Did it actually yesterday. So I like the compact crank set because I can hit the steep stuff, never get bogged down, maintain my 80 to 100 cadence, revolutions per minute, 80 to 100. Nice, easy legs, sucking up the oxygen, just max watts per kilo without getting bogged down and full of lactate because your gearing is designed for a criterium racer. Now, who needs a standard crank set? If you are extremely fast sprinter, if you can sprint 70 kilometers an hour in the flat, or if you regularly hit 100 k's in the downhills in certain races, then yeah, you're going to need a standard. If your race is a professional and most of the races are flat, like Tour of Flanders or Paris-Roubaix, yeah, you're going to need a standard because you're sitting in a bunch of average speeds, 45 kilometers an hour for hours on end, and there's no climbs. You're not going to need a compact crankset. But then again, we see in the Tour of Spain and Tour de France, sometimes people are using compact cranksets. Even people like Basso or Heras or Hamilton, Contador, etc., people on the juice are using compact cranks. So anyone who says a compact cranks is for sissies, it's like, well, they obviously don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So 99% of people, I'd recommend a compact crankset, even if you live in a flat place like Florida or Alice Springs. So maybe if you can climb faster than Contador, then you probably don't need a compact. Here's Contador's bike, 34 on the front, 32 on the back. Contador, hemoglobin, 180, compact crank.